Hello again. This is Brianna Brown from FBC. This is part 2 with Carol Mirones from Seasons Psychotherapy Associates. And this time we've already heard a little bit about her company and why she's passionate about it and where it all came from. But now we're going to talk on a different side about working with your partner. Both Carol and I have companies with our spouses, and it is, I'd say, 80% great, 20% you want to kill somebody. Lynching, we'll call it lynching, we call it challenging. But yeah, so give us a little talk.
My husband and I founded Seasons together on a RV trip in 2020. That is when I got fully licensed. When you are a licensed clinical social worker, you spend 2 years after getting your master's degree working towards your licensure, working underneath someone else's license. But I finally got fully licensed. COVID had hit. The company I worked for had completely closed due to COVID. And I said, what am I going to do next? And I said, I want to go out on my own. And Daniel was hugely supportive in that endeavor. And he still had another job. He's a cybersecurity expert. He used to work for Big Four accounting firms doing auditing and traveling all over the world. So he's got that mindset of operations and how to run a business effectively and automate. We knew in order to make this profitable, we needed to automate as much as possible. So I kind of took the lead as the face of the business, all of the clinical and compliance side, and Daniel's really taken the lead on our operations. He manages all of our schedulers. We call them client care coordinators. Our billing side does all of the credentialing, the payroll, managing our employee benefits package, things like that. And I really could not do this business without him.
Yeah.
It is a good split of duties. My main roles now are training, compliance, setting the tone for the business engagement, and I do a lot of business development now.
Yeah, I think you hit on the key thing there, just saying that there was, perfect split, because it's all about balance, right? If somebody's doing more than the other, that goes home with you, right? Without a doubt. And it sounds like he was like the root base at the company, and then you're the one that actually
has the more bigger ideas. He grounds me. I'll be like, oh, we can do this. And he's like, hold up. He definitely always supports that we can do it. But he's like, how are we going to do it?
Did you initially say, listen, I want to open up 4 or 6, or was it, let's just open up one? And
originally I always thought that I would get my license and go out as an individual sole practitioner. But when COVID hit and the place that I worked at before closed, 4 of my colleagues were they didn't have a job. And I was just fortunate enough to have the means to open up an office and open up a business. And so we started originally with 5 people, which was really helpful. And we were able to bring a lot of the clients from that previous employer to Seasons, and we figured out how to do everything. We were answering the phones, we were credentialing ourselves, we were doing all the billing ourselves. Daniel created our website. That we actually, in this building, we had a different suite down the hall that was much smaller, and then within 6 months we got this particular office and grew. And so I always knew, though, even in the very first business plan that I did, when I knew we were going to start this business, I said, I want 12 to 15 seasons throughout the state of Florida. I always knew that I wanted to expand and make this into the premier mental health counseling business in the state.
Well, and the need for it, right? And that's where that comes from. It's not just about making money, which of course we all want to do, but it's about what is needed out there, the demand.
It really is. Like, I own a business with my father, who just recently passed, and my brother, that makes natural gas fuel pumps and refurbishes airplane parts. So I think my dad's instillment in me of business practices, I always knew I could do it. I just always knew that we could do it. My husband was a huge support, though.
And how do you manage, gonna get personal, yes. How do you manage, when you are having a disagreement, or per se not bringing things home with you, which is super hard?
We work mainly from home, he and I do. Even though we have 4 offices, the 2 of us are mainly working out of the house. So we will cross in the hallway sometimes. And he'll try to bring up something, and I'm like, I have no time for that. I can't deal with that right now. And he's like, well, when can you deal with it?
Right.
And we definitely do have our moments of real clashes of direction or staffing issues or whatever. And I think it comes down to sometimes I have to take a back seat and say he's got that, and sometimes he has to take the back seat and trust my gut.
I actually watched a YouTube, and it was this therapist, and she was talking about how there really is no 100% per person, right? Nobody's ever going at 100%. Sometimes you're going at 80, or maybe you're going at 40 because you're sick or whatever. And it's now that person picking up the rest. So if they know that you're running at 40, they know they have to come in at, 60. And that together, that's how you're at 100% all the time.
Mhm.
But that you can only really do that with your spouses.
Right.
Now
I need this lift. I need this help. Or
yeah.
I think Daniel and I are so great, though, at throwing something over the wall and just trusting that it'll get done.
Yeah.
We actually, though, we have a ticketing system, and Daniel is really good. I submit tickets to my husband of things that need to be done. Oh, that's awesome. I need to do that. And it really works because he's kind of got that analytical mind that he can go down the list and get things done. And it really has helped the whole business using this ticketing system because nothing falls through the cracks.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of in the sense of like men are for, what is it? Like for Venus, right? You have to know how to talk to your partner. Yes. Right. And work it that way, and vice versa.
You really do.
Yeah. Oh, Carol, thank you
You're
so much.
welcome.
Thanks. Awesome. Hopefully we'll do a part 3.
Yes, sounds good.